Good morning everyone, happy Wednesday and welcome to the most exciting launch of the week. Have you seen your emails already? Do you know what's coming? How absolutely adorable is this collection? I'm not on my own today though, it is Wednesday, so it's a Nat and Cat day. Good morning Cat.
Good morning Nat.
And we have an extra special guest producer today. She, if anything goes wrong, you can email her directly at... I'm joking. Kelly is producing the show today. Morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
How are you feeling? On a scale of 1 to 10.
I would like another arm.
Another arm. Okay, we'll see what we can do with that. We'll ask if we can get another arm shipped in. Okay, so today is absolutely amazing. There's so much to see. So before we show you what we have coming up, let's have a look at this week's Win It Weekly question. Look how cool this is. This is a really good prize this week. There's 2 winners and you are going to get the chance to win our shadow box frame dies and our matching inserts, that gorgeous blossoming bees and the feathered nest. You're going to get all 3 of these dies worth just under £60. The question we're asking this week though is which of these currently holds the biggest Guinness World Records for its size? Is it A, a carrot, B, a mince pie or C, a Santa's hat? So like, share and comment for your chance to win. Kat, you've not done the show this week, so what are your thoughts on this question?
I'm having a look at it now.
It could be any of them really, can't it?
See, carrots are... They grow as big as they're going to grow. There's no like human intervention, is the kind of thing.
This.
So a mince pie and a Santa's hat could be made bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know.
It's a good one though.
Don't know.
It's a really good question. Like, share and comment and we'll announce the winners on Friday as always. Okay, are you ready for this cuteness overload? Have a look at this little VT of our amazing Gnome for Christmas collection. Good cards. They were nice, weren't they? That collection is so cute and it was so popular when we launched it yesterday on Hobby Maker. This is everything you can get included in the huge bundle that we have for you. This is your ultimate collection. 29, is that right?
Yeah.
I have this differently on here, just look. $29.97. And that's going to come all the way down to 20. Oh yeah. You shouldn't do this to me. Too many things. £26.97 if you are a member of our Diamond Club. Let's have a look through what you're going to get in closer detail though, because you're going to love the little characters, the little scenes, everything we have included in this collection. You're going to get your inspiration sheet as always, jam-packed, filled with incredible card models that we have for you. Then we get into the good stuff. This is the first of 4 toppers. You're going to get 2 of each design here. This is our Christmas magic and you have this gorgeous green selection. It's like a lime moss green colour that we've chosen for this topper set, but look how sweet they are. You've got 4 different characters within here, 4 amazing toppers, 4 sentiments and 1 huge border strip. The potential on this card kit alone is huge for the amount of cards you can be making with this one topper. Your cardstock that you have included with this one is your beautiful design here with the little house that's all foiled, accent foiled delightfully. And then you're also going to receive this beauty which has the gorgeous Fair Isle pattern in the background and those borders on both top and bottom. Perfect for making Z fold cards and for fussy cutting into. The next one we have for you is our gifts galore. You can see this is all gold foiled. You've got those beautiful frame designs in here. 3 huge toppers on this one. You've got 3 sentiments included, your border strip, and then you've got those little embellishment toppers, which I absolutely love in these collections. We've chosen red to be the key feature in this one, that gorgeous sort of berry red tone that you are going to see throughout this collection. And then your gorgeous cardstock, your foil cardstock, has this beautiful little, I'm going to call them gnomettes.
Oh,
Gnomettes.
I like that.
They are absolutely delightful with her little stack of presents. And then we have this little aerobatic trio. Look at them. Must be why your presents get delivered so fast. Because they're all jumping on top of one another, just jumping through and out other people's chimneys. And then the third one. The third one is our Snow Much Fun. This one has those really nice topper shapes, which are sort of cornered on the opposing edges and then rounded off on the others. There is so much potential with this, and the cards that were made with this collection are all completely different. It was incredible to see how many different ways cards had been made using these same toppers. 3 sentiments that you have included in this one, but you're going to be able to use these as sort of squares. We're going to be able to pop those together. You're going to be able to make like a trio panel on here, or you're going to be able to mix and match all of the 3 different sizes to create some really beautiful cards as well. You've got a super thin border topper on the end of that one as well. Your cardstock for this one has the beautiful foiled snowflakes on the bottom with that gorgeous little grotto there. Really has the most gorgeous artistic sort of designs on this, and I love the theme that we've gone for with the gnomes. This one is probably one of my favourite cardstocks. I've had lots of fun using this one in different ways when we were card making. Fussy cutting this out is very enjoyable indeed, but it has that beautiful border on both sides, so much room for gatefolds, maybe tri-panel cards. Loads of fun you're going to have with this one though. And then your 4th topper is the most exciting, because this one is an element sheet. So you've got all of these different elements which are all foiled, printed and die cut. You've got all of the different gnomes and gnomettes. We've got all of the animals that we've featured throughout the artwork. You get presents in here. We've got signs and a few sentiments that you can make cards from. You get 2 of each of these, so whether you use these together or whether you use them as embellishments throughout the other cards or with the different toppers, it's completely down to you. But the cardstock that has been provided with this has been designed specifically so you can build up those characters and those scenes yourself. This one has the gorgeous gingerbread house. This house you can actually get in a die. You can get that in a die. If you haven't already, go on the website, have a look at what we've got coming up, because those dies and the stamps that we have for this collection are incredible. And the next final one is this beautiful one with the toadstools and that gorgeous snow scene. Absolutely adorable, and so much space for adding those houses on and building up those scenes on our cards. It is absolutely incredibly adorable. That is your Gnome for Christmas luxury topper collection. You can get it individually if you absolutely love this. It's £19.99, but the best way is going to get it in our bundle. Now with your bundle you're also going to get your inserts and your paper pad. So let's have a look through those inserts. You're going to get 36 of these with 12 designs, which we're going to run through. You get 3 of each. You've got this nice mix of sort of plain designs as well, which you could use with your stamps that we have coming up on the show. You get some with these beautiful designs on. How cute is this one? It's absolutely adorable. They're all designed perfectly to mix and match with all of the different toppers and all of the cardstocks that we have in this kit though. You're going to have an absolute blast crafting with this. £9.99 if you want to get your hands on an extra set of inserts, or remember you get these included in that bundle as well. Are we showing the oh, you've got it next. Look at you being all fancy. Okay, we're going straight to you, Kat.
Coming over.
We're going straight to you.
Let's get going. So I'm going to be doing an easel card, but with a slight little difference. So I am going with our gifts galore, and I've got some of the acetate. I'm not sure of that yet.
We haven't. No sneak peeks. This kit is jam-packed full. Stamps, dies, acetate, picture perfect pad, adorable scoreable selection, foiled cardstock. There is an abundance of amazing coordinating items we're bringing you with this. I haven't even mentioned the really cool twine yet.
I spied that the other day. So I'm starting with a 7x7 base of gold mirri, and then I'm going to pop my foil cardstock in, and I'm just coming 3 notches under the 7 in both directions. And this is going to be the base of our card for this one. So I'm going to have this as the base and then an easel that sits separately on top.
Nice.
Just for a little bit. I think especially with Christmas cards, it's nice to make them so they can kind of work as like a decoration in their own right as well. And I think this kind of style does that.
Good morning to everyone who's joining us today. Lots of people have been entering our Win It Weekly question. It's very interesting to see that all the answers are still a little bit different. Loads of people absolutely loving this collection though. Hello to everyone who's joining us on Facebook. Claire's joining us, Jackie's there, Kat's joining us as well, Viv, Carol, good morning, Myra, Jan, Sue and Faye as well. Hello to all of you. I'm excited to see this Win It Weekly question this week. I hope we've got a picture, Emily. We need a picture. And hello to all of you joining us on over on YouTube as well. Lots of those normal faces. Suzanne, Denise, Leanne, Anne, Rachel, Michelle. Good morning to absolutely everyone.
So I've just cut a 4" by 4" square and mat and layered it, and we're going to pop this up the top up here. It will just come off a little bit across the gnome, but that's absolutely fine. And then I'm going to take the longest piece I've got in in the leftover cardstock. I'm just, if I can find my scoring tool, I'm going to score it. Let's see how long we've got here. It doesn't have to be precise, so I'm going to score about. Just want a little bit that's going to tab under here, and then if that's at 4.5, so 2 and a bit. Let me see if this is going to work out okay. And this is what I'm going to use as my easel. So at least it's going to be lovely and decorated from the back as well, you see. So we're just going to pop this under here. And you've got this little bit of excess card. You could just use white if you're not wanting to use this, but it is just scrap from the card that you're making. So why not make it pretty as well?
We apologise for all the outside noises you might be hearing at the moment. The gnomes are well and truly taking over the warehouse. We have so many orders that we said, once we've taken all the photography for our amazing topper collection that we're using you on, could you help out with like packing orders and stuff? But they've clearly taken that to the extreme today, haven't they? The extreme.
So I'm just going to pop a couple of little foam pads on here just to give it a little bit of height.
This is going to look very cool, Kat.
Just a little bit different, isn't it? It's just playing around with your shapes. So we're going to stick this in this top right corner. So we'll move on to our topper set, and we're bringing our gnome back in here. So that little bit of a hat that we're losing with the easel piece there is okay, because she's coming back in her full glory here.
I love the designs that we've got in here. I think we've chosen the best colourways as well. You've got those deep berry red colours, that gorgeous sort of moss lime green selection, some really beautiful sort of gingerbread theme colours. There is loads and loads in this kit. We absolutely adore it, and we had so much fun crafting with this as well, didn't we?
We did.
We definitely didn't get as much time as we'd have liked to, because we could have spent days working on this collection, but we had so much fun while we were crafting with this one.
So I've just run some tape around the back here. And I'm going to bob this onto some acetate, so that will give us a backing for our topper to hold on to.
Oh,
my box
this is
about to go.
Good selection.
So I have gone one that's quite full on, so you can still see a little bit of it poking through when the topper goes on. Oh, and this is one of my favourite things to do, is cutting through acetate around toppers. I just find it so tactile.
It gives it a really good look, and I think sometimes when people have acetate, they do wonder, like, well, how can I use this? Can I use it as like an overlay if I'm doing an easel? Could I use it as like the top part of my easel? But sometimes we don't think of just having it in sort of like little aspects of our cards like this, and it is a really gorgeous way of using it.
It is. Another way of doing this is, I didn't have time to pull the dies out today, but because we have the nesting dies in this shape, if you cut it, get your nesting die that's a size or two bigger than the topper frame here, and then sit it outside, and have a little outside edge as well, which is really, really pretty. Shows it off even more.
It's so easy to cut around.
It is.
The size of this though, isn't it? So you know that it's going to fit perfectly. It's not going to be too harsh with like the workings. It's going to be really, really nicely hidden behind that element as well.
And because your tape's just sat like a little bit inside, it doesn't come right to the edge. It gives you the opportunity to just kind of undercut it slightly.
In it a little bit, yeah.
So we've got that on there. I'm going to go in with my foam pads, and I'm going to try and stick them down the middle so they'll be hidden by the panel when we adhere that to the back. So we just pop that in. And then I'm using a little bit of construction glue. Now, we don't usually recommend this for acetate, but it just helps with that manoeuvrability, just to make sure we've got it sat in the right place. So I'm going to pop this on here. And then she can just sit perfectly on this bit. So we'll let her dry down a bit. See, she's not quite central, so I'm just going to move it over. There we go, a bit happy with that now. And then we can just start adding some fun bits back in from our top sheet.
And there is lots and lots of elements on these sheets. You get an enormous amount of card making on your toppers. We've got sentiments, we've got these little elements with smaller images in. I love those little sort of button toppers that we've got on here. I think every single sheet that we've got, except from our element sheet, has a border strip on it as well.
Yes.
So that's really good for when you're bringing in different bits of pieces from your kit as well.
So I'm going to use this like ribbon border just to make a couple of like little banner tags to go down here. So we'll cut that one. In fact, we'll get that one in first, and then I know, because I want the second one to be a little bit shorter. And I'm just snipping in a little triangle at the end. And we can do, because we raised that layer up, it just gives us a little bit of space underneath that we can slide things like this under. So it's just bringing those extra little details in.
And because you're cutting into this, you're not using all of it, are you? So
no.
You're going to make the most out of this, and then you've got more to use on your second card that you use with this kit, or mixing and matching it, because we have obviously that the picture perfect pad coming up next. The perfect picture pad. Either way it works, doesn't it, really? It is the perfect addition to your toppers, that's for sure.
Oh, and you're going to be so happy when Natalie shows it. Yes, some of the papers in there are just...
You just buy it on its own, wouldn't you? You'd be adding this in if you were getting that ultimate bundle. This would be definitely going in as well.
So we're just going to pop that out on there, and let's finish with a little sentiment to use as our stopper on this front piece here.
I love the fact that you've brought in that same sort of gnome in all of the different images we have on that topper.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you've taken photographs of her in different sort of themes and spaces. It looks really cool.
I'll just pop it in there.
How
and we
clever is
go.
that? That's really, really nice, Kat.
So
I
just a
love-
different take on the
Yeah,
easel card.
It's really, really nice to be able to add in that other piece of cardstock on that corner too. Okay, shall we show you that picture perfect pad? Actually, before we do, I want to show you some more card models because we do have some others that were made by the team. This one is a beautiful 6x8 easel actually, but it allows you, because of that size, to show off this beautiful design underneath. This is a really fun trifold card. This is using those really nice long toppers and that cardstock again where they're all coming in. We've got this one with the gorgeous design on here with the house. I love the grottos and the houses that we have. This shows off really nicely how to use all of those embellishment toppers that you get to create your own card scenes. Another one here using those trifolds so you can see it completely different to that one we just saw using the same toppers. And then this one is really clever. Kat did this one utilising that frame here to create another topper with the artwork that we had on that collection. Beautiful cards made with that topper kit. Okay, your picture perfect pad. Are you ready? I think you need to be sitting down for this one because this is awesome. 48 sheets included in here, 12 designs, 4 of each, and as always we have sort of like split them into little sections, so you get 4x6s, you're going to get some 4x4 elements, you're going to get some 2x2 images and sentiments on this one in particular. So you've got the gnomes in all of their glory. Then on this one we've got some of those more oblong shapes which are really, really nice. You've got 2 of those on that with those 4x6 images, and you're going to get a little sneak peek as well while we're running through this one of all the gorgeous designs, but I will show you all through all of those in a moment. We've got some DL images so they could go straight onto your DL cards. Again, sentiments on here and other bits and pieces that we absolutely love. You're going to have so much fun with these gorgeous images, and once you've run out of all your toppers but you've still got cardstock left, these are the perfect addition. I love that you've got all of the different sizes because it means we can be making lots of different elements and different card styles with these. A really nice mix of colours as well in here that matches up with that top collection beautifully. Let's go through another one here. Look at this one, it's like a little ballet scene with them all on their ice skates. Super, super fun imagery throughout all of here. Really nice mix of shots as well. And then we've got another one with the 2 larger images on here. And then your final selection is this one with the little house, the little girls together. Maybe this is a Christmas card for twins. That one would work perfectly, wouldn't it? So, so sweet, and so many sentiments that you've got that you could use along with that kit. And then let's have a look at these papers because they are just divine. You've got this gorgeous green netted design. You've got the fair owl pattern that runs throughout all their outfits. We've got gorgeous little candy canes, little polka dots here, little love hearts, because you'll see that a lot in the collection. We've got that gorgeous sort of fair owl star on that blue background. We've got gorgeous snowflakes so that you could use those as like a scene. We've got that amazing gingerbread house design. We've got the cotton candy Christmas stripes, and then you've got another snow scene on there, and your final 2 are your hollies and berries, and then you've got this gorgeous dotted pattern with that really nice light texture just running throughout it. Absolutely incredible. All of your designs are on the back as well, so you can see all of the images before you don't even have to flick through it, you can just look at that. 320 elements in total that you can be using to make cards with. Just making cards with this alone is a really fun thing to do as well. We've got this little shaker card here with the snow at the bottom just running along the side there. We've got this beautiful easel card, adding in some of those embellishments from your topper collection. This one's really, really sweet with the lovely little lady on. I love this as well. Such a great use of those different designs. This is so sweet. Oh, this is gorgeous. Kat, this is a U card.
Yeah.
Look at the little houses on there. That's really nice, and I love the fact that you've switched over those border strips as well. This is really cute as well. This is a Bex card. with the different designs on there and those gnomes sort of sitting on there. A great way of using those 2x2 toppers to make your cards. And then this one's really cute as well. Look at this. Absolutely adorable. Great way to show off the cards you can be making with that paper pad. We've got so much to show you still though. We're not even halfway through this section. Next up we have our foiled edge-to-edge cardstock. This is a delightful beauty. Let me get this stuff as well so we've got it. So in this collection you're going to get 16 sheets, 350 GSM. So again, got all of the properties are incredible, durable, scoreable, but we have chosen designs that we think match this perfectly. So you're going to get this gorgeous Farewell design. You're also going to get the beautiful presents. You get 4 of each of these designs which make up your 16 sheet pack. You've got the gorgeous blue dots on here, and then we've of course had to add in the wonderful snowflakes as well. So you're going to get all of that in your edge-to-edge cardstock for £9.99. And then the next thing we have to show you is that beautiful acetate. Trying to get to that for you. There we are. So again, 16 sheets in here, 4 of each design. This one has the beauty, I haven't seen all of these either. This one has the gorgeous design just floating down the side there with all of those presents. How fun is that? You could have one of those gnomes so they look like they're throwing all these presents down the side of your card. That would be really cool. Then when you have all of your snowflake designs, this is acetate, so again it is sort of on that heavyweight acetate, 220 micron acetate, really great for constructing your card blanks from. We've got a nice Farewell design there on the corners. I really like that one as well.
I have not seen that one.
That's
been hiding.
I know. And then this one is so cute. It has the 2 characters on there in the corner. You're going to have so much fun using those. So if you want to get that added to your collection, it's £11.99, just £10.79 if you are in the club. And then to finish off this section, we have to show you our incredible moonstone dies. The first one, which I think is probably going to sell out today because everyone is going to be adding this into their baskets. It is our candy cane cottage. This is a huge die set. It's an absolute dream to colour in. The size of the house is 13.6 by 9.4 centimetres. You can get this through your MIDI and your Sizzix machine. We cut that through quite a few times here in the office on our smaller machines. But it is, look at all the detail that you're going to get as well. Those hanging lights. It is phenomenal and it looks absolutely awesome on your cards. This one has been used with some of the papers from your Picture Perfect pad, so you're going to be able to combine them beautifully. If you want to get that one, you can. It's £14.99. If you want to get our next one though, you can combine them together. As you can see, that gorgeous gnome on the front of that one. This one is your festive gnomes. You get 2 gnomes in total. You've got the gnomette, which that's what we're going with now, the gnomette and the gorgeous gnome as well. Your huge sentiment which says believe in the magic of Christmas, and that gorgeous present as well. And then we've got another example of those 2 working together. How beautiful is this one that Rachel has made with those really different colours for your gnome actually. So having those dies and the stamps that we've got coming up, you're going to be able to completely choose your own colourways for this. If you want to get them together, of course, we have a bundle for you and you can save £5, £24.98 if you want to get both of those dies. And be quick because these are selling very, very fast. We don't want you to miss out on that. I think that's all we've got to show this time, Kat. Back to you.
We're back to me. So, right, I am combining some of our gorgeous foil cardstock and the Picture Perfect pad this time. So I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to actually be making a card blank it's available in our shape card packs, but you can just make it out of your own card. So if you've got the shape cards and you just want to mat and layer, that's absolutely fine, but sometimes it's easier just to do this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut this down to 10 inches by 7 inches. And then what I find easiest to do, because there are quite a few lines on here, we are going to mark some lines on the back just to make it easier when it comes to your cutting and your scoring later. So from both the top and the bottom, I'm going to mark 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom, and I'm going to do that along this side as well, just so I've got 2 points I can match up.
So much love for that last card that
Oh,
you made,
thank
Kat.
you.
Lots of people loving the unusual design that you chose out, but they said it's a fabulous layout that they're going to be trying. That's what we're here for.
So I'm just faintly marking these in. Obviously you can go and rub all these out afterwards, although I am going to stick it onto a card blank, so it turns out completely different from the blank that we have in the shape blanks. But
Okay.
it'll all make sense, I promise. So now I'm going to come in, now I've got that inch mark, and I'm going to come in from the left hand side, and we're going to mark at 2.5 inches. Then we're going to mark at 4 inches, so another 1.5 inches. We're going to mark at 5 inches. We're going to mark at 8 inches, and we're going to mark at 9 inches. Now, at our first mark, I'm going to draw a pencil line all the way down, because this one here, we are going to score all the way across. The next one in, I'm going to come again, and from this line, I'm going to mark that extra 1.5 inches out. And I'm just going to join these 2 marks in the middle, because this is going to be a score line here. And then again, I'm going to measure another inch from that. And on this one, we're going to mark above the line and below the line.
I think I know which one you're doing now. Yeah.
So if you've got them at home, you can just use them as a guide, and then you
Yeah.
can either scale it up or scale it down, what you're doing. And then the next 2, I am just going to go in between the lines again. And that just gives me a good guide for when I get it onto my scoreboard,
For
exactly
what bits need to be scored
what to
and
do.
where.
So we'll pop this on. So the first one is easy enough. We can go all the way down. Now sometimes when you've got these middle lines, it can be a little bit tricky finding your edge. So I just like to go in with my ruler. If you line that up with the edge of your score mark there, and then that'll just really help you
Great top tip, Kat.
find that line in there. And then we can do these 2 at the top and the bottom, and then the same again for these. It can just really help you find them in. And I'm sure once you've done this a couple of times, you'll be able to do it without marking
Yeah.
out. It just becomes second nature, but it just really helps to start you off. And then all we have to do now is we're going to go in, and I'm just going to mark it because your instincts want to do something different. We are going to cut from this point here to this point here. Because we're used to doing steppers and stuff, sometimes we want to come all the way
Sometimes
to this
you
one.
want to go to the last bit, don't you? But nope.
So we just pop that on, line that up in the gap of the trimmer, and then we know exactly to go to this line here, to this one at the bottom. And then exactly the same on the other side. So to this one here, to this one at the bottom. And then the bit I always find trickiest with this is getting it to fold. So I'm going to start with this one.
It plays tricks on you, really, doesn't it?
It does. And
I always like to just push them ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Because then you get that nice movement.
So once you start getting a little bit of give in it, it just wants to start folding in places it's not meant to, so it's just gently teasing it around. It does go, I promise you. There we go. And once you feel it coming together, you can just push it back on itself. And all of a sudden it'll just fold up nicely for you. give it a good burnish down, and you end up with something, I think, if I've done that the right way, that looks like this. Now, once you make this for yourself at home, there's lots of different ways you can do it. You can pop it that way or whichever.
You can have it the reverse as well.
Yeah, I kind of like it. What I'm going to do with this card here is I'm going to kind of use it as an unusual stepper kind of shape.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to pop it onto a...
pop that those tabs onto a card blank.
Onto a 5x7 card blank.
When this is folded, it fits perfectly onto a 5x7.
It does, yeah.
Good idea, Kat. See, this is why Kat's here. For switching things up and finding us ways in which we can change up the ordinary different things that we already do and make them something completely different. This is a very clever idea.
So making sure I've got my fold of the card at the top there.
Lots of names coming in for our gnomes. They don't actually have names, I don't think, but keep them coming in. We'll give them all to Jen, our designer, and she can choose her favourites.
There's just a little bit of excess on there, so I'm just going to trim it down. Just get rid of that white edge. And then we're going to end up with a card blank like this.
That's really cool.
Let's get it all in shape, and then we can start decorating it up. So this is where I'm turning over to the paper pad, and I do apologise because I realise the one that I've picked out for this design is the two little gnomettes again.
Oh,
I must have had a
they are
gnomette kind of day.
the cutest things you've ever seen, so we'll let you off.
So I want to do a panel for this bit in here, so I've just measured it up. I think that was 5 by 4 inches, so I've just come 1/4 of an inch under with my mat and layer, and I'm going to mix and match in this beautiful candy cane paper because I love this pale green and that deep red.
Really
goes
nice,
so gorgeous together. So let's just come 3 notches under the 4 3/4 and 3 notches under the 3 3/4. Hey, I've done well to remember that from yesterday, especially after all those measurements. Come on, construction glue.
So many answers still coming in for our Win It Weekly question as well. We're going to give you that question again after this demonstration. It's a tricksy one this week, but lots of people still guessing different things, which is really nice.
So I'm going to pop that on there shortly, but I'm also going to take a strip to put along this bottom piece here. So I know that's 2.5. If I go 1.5, so if I take this to 3 notches under 1.5, and we know my length is 7, so 3 notches under the 7. And then we'll do a mat to 7 inches by 1.5.
So much love for this card, Kat.
Oh, thank you. Can I be really naughty? I've just had an idea.
Oh no.
Can I pinch some of that butcher's twine that you've got in that pile there?
What colour would you like?
Can I have the red and white, please?
I might be able to stretch it all the way from this side of the studio to your side, actually, and you can just cut what you'd like off. You ready? Can you get it?
Let's get it.
All the way across. This is
I
how
need
much.
enough. Wow.
This is how much twine you're going to get in this pack.
Thank
It goes
you.
from my side of the studio all the way across the cat.
So I've just had an idea about popping a bit of this on here, just to bring it in. So at this point I am experimenting, but
That's what crafting's all about.
yeah, so I'm just going to pop that on there. I can secure it with a bit more.
We're only
in a
giving
bit.
Kelly a slight heart attack, don't worry.
It's all right. That's what you told me I had to do, right?
Yeah.
So we're just going to cross that over.
It looks so good with those
Secure it down the other way.
candy canes already on the
Oh,
cardstock.
that's what
It's
I was
just
thinking.
the best addition, isn't it?
And then once it's all in place, I can add a little tie-in afterwards. So we tap that down. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece at the back. Nobody's going to see it. And that cross will go over there. So let's add in a couple of foam pads. So I wouldn't glue this down now anyway, because that butcher's twine, it doesn't lie flat like a ribbon does.
No.
So it's better just to give it a little bit of space.
A little bit of space.
A little bit of space. So we can pop this across the middle here. I'm going to come a little bit under the middle, going down. I'm going to add this back in here while it's there. This just kind of works as a background.
So much love for this collection. So many people have ordered it already.
I'm not surprised.
It is phenomenal, isn't it? If you loved our gnomes the first time around, you are going to absolutely adore this collection. It is so, so sweet. The artwork is so fun. It's a great one to craft with, and what we have coming up next is just you're gonna struggle to not buy absolutely everything that we have in the show. That's all we're saying.
So I'm going to cut this to 4 inches, and then I'm going to take a little sliver off this side just so it's even, so it's 3 notches under. Can I get a nice square like this without chopping any details off? I can, and I'm not going to lose this bit because I still want to use this sentiment. So we need 4x4 mat here.
Remember, if you are buying this Picture Perfect pad today, we do sell our Picture Perfect pad mirroring mats. You will be able to find them on the website, and they're all sized perfectly so that you don't have to do any cutting down yourself or wasting any mirror that you already have, because we all know how troublesome it is to make mats on layers sometimes. So if you want to add those into your baskets, you absolutely can do. Just head to the website, pop in Picture Perfect mirror mats, and you'll be able to add those to your orders.
Right, you've just blown my mind. I didn't know this product existed.
Did you not?
No, that is incredible.
It's one of those products that we're not allowed to have in the craft room, Kat, because we just cut things down.
They want us
We're
to
not allowed
actually
the
like
good,
work.
We're not allowed the good stuff, but they are available, and they are pretty awesome.
That's so not fair. So I'm just going to pop this in behind here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom.
We've had some people saying that the gnome should be called Hunkydory, which is very cute. We do like that one. My favourite though, Viv just says the gnome should be called Dan and Anne, after Dan and Anne Marie. I'm going to let them know. I'm sure they'll love that one.
So I'm just going to tie a little bow in this bit here, in the middle.
How cute is this looking? I love how you've just like placed that last photo in there like that as well. If you had a scene behind the images, it would allow you to see all of it instead of covering it up, so it's really clever.
It would, wouldn't it?
A great use of the card here though.
Then I'm just going to pop this one on the top.
Such a fun way of transforming something that is used in one way and creating a card like this.
And this is a great one when you've just got your bits and pieces left over and you think you're left making boring cards. This is just proof that
It's so fun.
110% not.
You blow my mind with your creativity, Kat. This is awesome. It's so cool. Such a good idea as well. Thank you for that one.
You're
Absolutely
welcome.
love it. If you're going to get that foil cardstock that Kat just used on there, we also have for you our adorable Scorable selection. So this we have chosen 8 different colours that we think work perfectly from our selection. You're going to get this gorgeous green that we have. This is our lime green. We're going to give you our beautiful baby blue as well. That one works so gorgeously with all of those blue tones that we have running through. You of course get your burgundy, which works so well with those deep red tones. You're going to get your warm cinnamon. We are giving you that berry red. Absolutely awesome addition, isn't it? You're going to get your navy. Of course we're going to add white into there, and because we didn't have a colour that matched perfectly, we have also printed our brand new moss green colour just to work with this collection. It matches up so beautifully with the colours that you have in the kit. So if you want to grab your hands on that, it's going to be perfect for making all your gift boxes and other bits and fun pieces, or using for your card bases for that card that Kat just made as well. Also matches really nicely with the colours that you get in your foil cardstock. So if you want to mat and layer, so you're saving more of that cardstock, then you can do that as well. £9.99 or £8.99 if you are a Diamond member. Then we have our ribbon and twine selection. Now this was so much fun to do because I found from our twine supplier these there were so many, I wanted to get more but I wasn't allowed. These absolutely awesome baker's twine. So we're giving it you in the beautiful red and white. You're also going to get it in the fantastic green and white. We're giving you some traditional twine as well because we think it works really nice with the collection. And then you've got 5 different colours of plain ribbon in here as well. We've got the navy blue, we've got the meadow green, you're going to get your white, your dark chocolate, you're also going to get this really nice deep red. You get 8 colours in here across the twine and the ribbon, and you're going to get 3 meters of each. 3 meters of each, which, as we showed you before, goes from this side of the studio all the way over to where Kat is in the studio as well. So much ribbon here, matches perfectly with your collection. It's a great addition to add into your packs at £9.99 if you want to add that in. And we're finishing off with our favourites from this collection. I think we loved working on these. They are our beautiful stamps. You can buy all 3 and save yourself £8, so you can get all 3 for £16 if you want them all, or you can buy them individually. We will start off with a little gift which has the gorgeous gnome on there. You're going to get the reindeer, you get the beautiful fox, and then the presents, and your sentiment is a little gift for you. And then we're going to give you our next one, which is So Much Fun. You get the incredible gnome here. Let me turn it this way around. The gnome, which is you can put on your card so it looks like he's flying through the sky. You're also going to get the bunny and the fox with their skis and their ice skates on. You've got 2 snowflakes which make perfect backgrounds, and the little robin as well. So much fun. And Stay Cool are your sentiments on this selection. And our last one has the classic gnome and gnomette on there. Season's Greetings, Winter Wishes, another little robin, and that beautiful Fair Isle pattern which you can ink up and stamp to create stunning backgrounds. You can get all 3 of them for £16, saving you £8. And look at these cards. You can just tell how much fun we had with them. Becca made this beautiful one with that lime green watercolour wash on the background. It works so beautifully. Rachel made this beautiful shaker card with the gnome on there just flying through that design. And Marie made this one with that little glittery background on there, just that gnome flying through the sky. We've got the whole team of them on this one that Kat did. Look how cute these are. They're absolutely adorable. Another one here by Bex, that beautiful gnome in Bex's favourite pink colours. I'm sure she was wishing all those presents were going to her. And then finally, this one, using all of those little embellishments to create a gorgeous background, and using one of those sentiments from those dies that we showed you earlier on. An absolute immense amount of product that we have on the show today. The best way to buy our main collection though is getting it in the bundle, because you're going to save a massive £10. So with that £10 you could be buying the ribbon, you could be buying the adorable scorable, you could be buying your foil cardstock, you could be adding it to getting your stamps, you could be adding it to getting one of your dies. It's going to save you the most amount of money. You're going to get the toppers, you're going to get all of the 36 inserts, and that amazing Picture Perfect pad, which includes over 300 elements for you to be crafting with, and it is an absolutely dream. We just love it. We have time for one more demo from Kat, but let's have a look at our Win It Weekly before we do, because you're going to be able to win our shadow box frames this week. The question we're asking is, which of these items currently hold the biggest Guinness World Record for size? A carrot, B a mince pie, or C a Santa's hat? Like, share and comment for your chance to win. Okay, Kat.
Okay.
I'm excited for this.
Okay, are we
I
ready?
don't know what you've chosen.
To do a little bit of colouring in.
We are.
I am, because I couldn't choose whether to show the die or the stamp, so I thought, well, let's not do them both.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
So I am going to take the die, the big gingerbread house die here. I'm going to pop it just on some white ink me. I've no idea what's going on. There's some here, just spotted some.
Oh, it's the big stuff.
It's the big stuff. So I'm going to pop this down. Save that piece for my stamping. So I'm going to flip that down so that's held in place by the magnet there, and we will put the metal shim in because it's quite detailed. Are we on? So we're just running that through the die cut machine. Oh, I love how smoothly that pops in and out. It's so nice.
Oh, we've got another one here. Valerie says, what about Gnomely? After Emily.
Oh.
Well, we could have Gnomely, Dan and Anne. Well, we can fit them all in, don't you worry.
So that's cut out beautifully there. So before I go on to my colouring, I'm now going to take my gnomes, and I'm using 2 of them for various parts of this. So I'm going to take Mr. and Mrs. or whatever we've decided to call them.
We're still thinking. We're gonna create a list. We'll put it to a vote, and we'll let Jen, who designed this collection, choose it, because there are some great ones coming in.
That sounds like a good idea. Now these do fit perfectly onto just like your normal sized acrylic block, but just for the sake of time, so I can do them both at once, I'm using my stamping press.
And also, it's a great way to get as many stamps as possible on, get all your colouring done in one go, and then you can make up your cards sort of after you've got all of your images put together. And if you miss out a little bit, Kat, you've saved yourself a lot of time.
We have. So because I'm going to be using our alcohol markers for this, I'm going in with the Memento ink. So we'll just give these really good coverage. I love when you ink up a stamp and it comes to life, to life in front of you. Right, just let me, I've just caught that with my edge of my thumb, so before I end up with things everywhere. There we go. So we'll pop these down, and then we can start having a little bit of fun with colouring before we get kicked out. So we're just making sure I've got good pressure over all of these. Just look how beautiful.
They are the most adorable things I've ever seen.
Aren't they gorgeous?
They have I can't even explain to you how fun they are to colour in as well.
So I'm going with the quite traditional reds and greens here. I've got also some browns for my gingerbread house and skin colours and thingies. So we're going to start. What I'm going to do for this one is I'm just going to pinch it off, and it is designed so you could cut away.
It is,
this,
which is super fun.
just to keep it a little bit simpler for colouring in. Don't worry. I'm just going to pop them off, so you don't have to have those elements on if you don't want to. And just pop out the windows. And you're not limited with your colouring in here. You can do anything you want. Now, like I've said to you before, whenever I'm colouring anything that's slightly darker, I always start with my lightest shade possible, and it might be a little bit of a surprise sometimes, the colour that I start with. So for my gingerbread house, I'm actually starting with quite like a skin tone.
But I think this is the best. Like we say when we are using our alcohol markers, the one thing with alcohol markers is that we can add colour, but we cannot take colour away. So it's the best way, I feel, to learn how to get those really nice definitions in our colouring.
Yeah, it is.
Is to pick out those lighter shades and then build the colour up onto that.
So imagine I've done the whole thing in that, and while we're here, we'll go in and we'll fill in our little gnome faces as well. And then if you do just let them dry down just a little bit, you can go in and just use the same shade and it will darken up to add your shadows and stuff. You don't have to find another shade. So if I was to go in then and I wanted to go and add a little bit more definition to his nose on top there and just in the corners where the shadows would naturally hit. So you can just start doing that. So if we're going back to the house now, so now I'm going in with 539, which you will see is a much more kind of traditional gingerbread colour, and I'm just going to swirl this around the edges. Doesn't have to be right up to the top. But then if you go back in with your lighter shade and blend the two together, you'll start to see how it's picking up that kind of dragging that colour down and building up those beautiful kind of gingerbready tones.
Our Gnome our Gnome for Christmas collection is actually in our most recent Crafting with Hunkydory magazine. So if you are going to get your issue 72, and it's not long to wait now until that one comes out, then you will be able to see some of these amazing card makes, and there's full instructions on how you can make the cards as well.
And then I've just edged off round the edges,
nice.
Just with that dark, just to make it pop
like
together.
That.
And then we're going to take the blue and we're just going to very lightly sketch around the edges just to give that little bit of snow reflection in there. So you're barely touching. You don't want this to be perfect at all because snow isn't, is it? It's that kind of thing. So we're just going to add that in, and the same on the bottom here. So let's go in and add a few little colours into our gnome. So we'll start with the green. So again, I'm doing the same here. I've got 419. So if you take this, so it looks a little bit like vibrant to start off with when we go in here. And we'll do the door in this as well. So you're just following those lines that are on there.
How therapeutic is it watching someone colouring? It's making me all sleepy.
Are you just saying I'm boring?
No, no, it just takes you to like a really nice tranquil place, and you just get lost in watching someone colour. It's my favourite thing to do of an evening. Just sit and watch people craft. It's very sad actually when I say that out loud. Very, very sad, but
Do it all day.
super calming though. Super relaxing.
So we're just going in with that darker green and bringing in the highlights, and there's like the little door lines embossed in the door here, so that looks a little bit mad to start off with, but then when you go back in with your lighter colour and it all blends together, it just gives you that really natural kind of shadowed look in the door. And then the same on this green band here. Just blend the two colours into each other, and it just gives you that much more of a 3D effect. So I think we're getting a little bit pushed for time, so I'm going to take them out. What I'm going to do with my house, imagine that it's all coloured in.
Yeah.
You know me, you know I love a white gel pen.
Yeah.
Which would look absolutely fabulous on this, but because of the look that we're going for here, and we're bringing in like the stamped images, I want to try and make this look like
A stamp
a
as well,
stamp
in a way.
as well. So
Okay.
instead of the white gel, I'm going to go with my black fine liner.
Nice idea.
And it just, you'll see in a minute, it'll just give it that appearance. You don't have to do absolutely everything on it, but it just makes it look like they belong together, that they're from the same family.
So are you going to go into the grooves that you get added in, like the dimensional
Pretty
grooves?
much, yeah. I'm not going to do every single one.
No.
But you'll know what looks right. So I'm going to pick out like the main grooves that we've got, and then
Yeah.
if there's any like highlights and stuff like that as well, just carry on. So I do
Amazing.
all the ones on the house, and when you're finished, you should end up with 3 things that look a little bit like this.
Oh wow.
So you see what I mean? That it gives it, they look like they belong together.
Yeah.
Like they've come from the same kind of like stamp family.
That's really cool.
So we'll pop them out. So let's get on to our background. So I'm doing another 5x7. So I've just got my 5x7 blank. I've done a matte and layer with the black there so it picks that up, and then I've done a white here. And if I've got a little bit of scrap card, which I have, I'm going to take my craft knife and we're just going to do us a little snowy kind of
A little snowy
line,
background.
just to make our own kind of little stencil for the bottom of the card. Is that long enough? Oh no, it's not long enough. Let's try again.
Kat, your mum has commented to say that your colouring is very good.
Oh well, and that's a compliment coming from her.
I was thinking, is it a compliment or is she sneakily trying to tell me that she coloured them in?
No, I promise. All my own work. So we'll pop that across the bottom. And again, I'm just going to take some tape just to make it a little bit easier to stay in place. Just on the edges here. And then I've gone for the powder blue from our Prism Inks.
It's so incredible that you can create effects like this with just like little pieces of paper.
It is, isn't it? And we're not going to go overly heavy. And I didn't show you them, but before I cut these out, you can see I did just outline these with blue as well, just so it gives them that little bit of pop.
Such a gorgeous colour to be the background for these stamps and dies. All of our Prism ink pads are available on the website. They're £2.99 each at the moment. So have a look on the website for your colours that you might want to be adding into your baskets to work with these stamps and dies.
And it just gives you this beautiful like snowy background. And then I'm going to go in, and I think Natalie showed you a little bit of another card that I did before. I'm just going to take the snowflake just to create just a little border across the top here. Let's go back to my scrap just so I've got something on here.
You're going to use the same colour? Oh no, you're
I'm
going to
go
go with black.
with black, yeah. It just ties all those kind of like stamped elements
it's very
together.
true.
And we're not going to do the full snowflake, we're just using the corners across the top.
This is cool.
So don't think about it too much, they don't have to be 100%. It just adds just another little bit of dimension in there. And then just another little bit at the end. Right, let's start layering all these up. Come on, construction glue.
So many people commenting about your colouring and Kat and
Oh,
saying that they would
thank you.
never be able to colour them as well as this. But the secret is the tools that you're colouring in with. And these pens, whether you're using our craft markers or our brush markers, are incredible. You can buy our handbooks as well, which are a great tool to have for anyone starting out in colouring, because they literally guide you through the whole process and teach you along the way how to use them. But these pens are for anyone. They're not specifically designed for the most artistic people. They are designed for every type of crafter, which means that you get perfect results every single time. So don't think like that at all, because these pens are honestly so good, and they give you the confidence to be amazing colorists because they are so handy and easy to use. So definitely have a look at them on the website. Have a look at those handbooks if you haven't got them as well, because they are super handy. We refer to them all the time, especially with like skin tones and hair colours. I'm always looking at that handbook for a helping hand on which colours I should use.
Absolutely. And the thing with this, don't get daunted because there's loads of like fine detail in here at all. In some ways this is the best way to practice, because you can start building up your shading without actually having to do that much work. So it's a great way to start.
You're essentially using two different colours. So you've got a bright red and a dark red. That's all you've got, or you've got those two different shades of green, and you're being able to build up these images like Kat has done. It really is kind of effortless when you actually start doing it and thinking about it. And because it's a stamp, it's a tool, so you can try this out and try it as many times as you like, because you have that stamp. You can stamp it out loads of times. You can create yourself a little colouring book page and just colour in and practice with the stamps as well. So that's a great way to be also to be able to use these stamps. And maybe you want to make cards for the people who buy them to colour them in. You could buy little packs of colouring pencils and sell them with your cards, so that kids that these cards are bought for, or adults alike, because I absolutely love colouring myself, you can sell sort of like colouring cards and do it that way if you want to. There's so many ways that you can enjoy these stamps. This is looking epic, Kat. I can't believe that these have gone from plain stamps to beautiful coloured card that works so incredible together. Absolutely awesome.
Isn't it cute?
It's just adorable. I absolutely love it. 3 incredible cards by Kat today. I know you all agree. They have been absolutely awesome. If you want to get your hands on our Gnome for Christmas collection, then you need to hop onto the website hunkydorycrafts.co.uk. There's a huge banner at the top today. We're all about the gnomes. Just click on there and it will take you to the page where you can buy everything that we have shown you on today's show. So get online, get shopping. Lots of people commenting to say that they added it to their basket first thing this morning. Loads of people saying that they've had to add more in because they just love everything that we've got. We are so happy that you love it just as much as we do, because this collection is just the cutest. That's all we've got time for today. We've got a very busy day of crafting ahead of us in the office. I am going to be at Hobby Maker tomorrow. I have a brand new set of Moonstone combos. Now we have some combos that are combos that we've had and the same sort of style that we've had for a really long time, and then we have a brand new set of stamp and die combos that you are going to absolutely love, so don't miss that at 2. I'm going to be back at 4 with this gnome collection. I'm so excited to play with this, and then at 6 p.m. we're going to be having a look at our brand new our back in stock prism markers. It feels like they're brand new because we've not had them for absolutely ages, so join me for that. And then tomorrow Anne-Marie and Becca are your hosts for our very Christmassy crafty show, so make sure you're here 10 a.m. tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your week and we will see you all again very soon.